what are quick tidbits that men are in the space, not just like the average man, like even men like me. What
Hmm.
advice you have for us for being less offensive to women when we're trying to communicate our ideas and our thoughts and our feelings?
In terms of on podcasts or in regular everyday life?
So, like, for example, one of the things I like to say to women that offends them a lot is that men, we like variety, right? Like I like
Hmm.
polygyny, right? And I didn't want to
Yeah.
get to now, but I want to just talk about that. Like, I think personally, like women are offended by the fact that men like multiple and younger women, right?
Hmm.
They look at it like you're a bad person. So we can't even have the discussion of getting them to understand the fact that we want variety as a
Hmm.
default,
Hmm.
uh, and that we're not pervs or predators if we're looking for a younger woman, right?
Okay.
So like, how are ways or actually let's not use that. How about this? This is a better one. This is a better one.
Okay.
I thought I was good. This is the better one. I just thought about it. How do we communicate to black women that we like natural hair without offending them? That's something that women get offended by all the time. How do we communicate that we like the pixie cuts, the bob cuts,
Mm-hmm.
the braids, the locks? I love locks on a woman. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
god, locks on a
Hmm.
woman is just like if you want to be,
Fire.
you want to win me as a black girl,
Hmm.
lock your hair, girl. You gonna win me. You know what I'm saying? But when we say that, it's met with a lot of resistance.
Yeah.
So how can we communicate that to women that we like a woman with natural hair?
Well, honestly, the starting point before we even open our mouths, we have to reevaluate our actions of what it is that we're communicating to them. Who is it that gets the likes? Who is it that gets flown out? Who is it that's getting in relationships? And who is it that's getting our time, money, energy, and resources? A lot of times our actions will say one thing and our words will say something different. A lot of the women who are wearing all that extra stuff are getting those things. So a lot of women are saying, I hear what you're saying, but we're seeing who y'all are risking it all for. We see who y'all dropping bags for. We see who y'all flying out. So their perspective and lenses is if a lot of other women are doing it, and I'm noticing that the women who are getting access to the money, the cash, the this and the that, happen to have the BBLs and have this and have that. That's one of the primary issues. Is a lot of black men won't acknowledge that what we actually mean is we don't mind all that stuff for the other women who's not our main woman. So what we actually mean is all these other women I'm doing all these things for when I'm having fun, I don't care about all that stuff.
Right.
In fact, it's appealing. But when it comes to the mother of my child, I actually don't want all of those things. But if our actions are saying in the black community, we're marrying at a very low rate. Many men are saying they're not going to get married. They have no intentions of getting married. And a lot of the women are getting that type of attention that are doing those things. You're trying to convince her about something that 90% of her reality and her perception is being shaped and saying the exact opposite. Number two, if you look at a dude's social media, who he surrounds himself with, who he follows, who he comments on, who he's ogling after, if it's all women who are wearing and having the very things you're saying you don't want your woman to wear, it comes off as conflicting information. That's just plain and simple. So for me, I have to acknowledge that's a thing. That's a thing. Like our actions and our words oftentimes don't align. Now we say, all right, so what? So if our actions and words do align, how do we say it? Well, I start with encouragement. I actually starting instead of saying what I don't like. How about starting with stating what you do like?
Mm.
Right. So if a parent, if a parent was talking to their child and they were constantly just going in on them about always what they did wrong,
Mm.
the kid that's starting to grow up and they're used to that, they get desensitized, they stop listening, they may even start rebelling, right? But the kid where you sprinkle in the criticism with praise, all right, the kid may be more likely to receive it. So an example would be my wife can wear, whatever she wants to do with her hair, but I actually do encourage her and make it known when I really like her natural hair out. And she started rocking it more than she was before.
Mm.
I never said, I don't like when you don't have that. You need to take that off. Right. So let's be honest, like the conversations have gotten so bad and so crass, right? To where they're already on guard because think of it this way. If these women feel like they have to do all of these things in order for them to look good and believe that society also thinks they look good. And then you're stating that all of these things are a problem and an issue and it doesn't look good. There are like, what's the likelihood that they will already be a little defensive and on guard? Probably fairly high, right? What's their level of security? What's a Black woman's level of self-confidence if she has to put on Asian nails, Indian hair, get beauty products from white companies, and wear white brands, and get hairstyles that she thinks conforms to white culture and westernized culture? What's the likelihood that she's super open to you hearing about you stating things you don't like that she has on, and how she's going to feel about that? Like, probably not very high. So for me, I already view it as a very sensitive topic, and I've seen the errors of what's happened when us guys have said this stuff, especially on social media in front of hundreds or thousands of people. Why would you know what? You're right, Jeff. Like, nah, it's not going to work for me either if I try to say the same thing. I think in reality, it's like, this is the whole emotional intelligence that piece that I do think we can improve on as men. There is a way to speak to our women to get better responses. And this is just one of those examples where I think if we think about it a little bit more than just the truth is the truth. All right, well, that may work for you and the other guys around you, but you're not dating a dude. You're talking to a woman. Just a thought.